Hi, and welcome to What's the Dish? I'm Chef Steve Weiss. You know, again, when I think about the holidays, I think about turkey and mashed potatoes, but it's really not the thing that I go back more and more again to. I really go back to side dishes. And in this segment, I want to show you another great side dish that you wouldn't normally put at your holiday table, but it's very healthy and very flavorful. It's called Broccoli Rabe with white navy beans. Okay? And you can also add some sausages and some potatoes to it. It could be a meal unto itself. This is a go-to comfort food for me. So you're actually seeing a dish that I prefer every day as opposed just to the holidays. All right, so let's get started. We have here, and I know it's very easy to get actually. You can get it anywhere in the area. This is called Broccoli Rabe. It's akin to a turnip green, but it has a little broccoli floret on the end of it. Okay, it almost kind of looks like a broccolini, which is a cross between a broccoli and an asparagus. But the leaves are edible, the stalks are edible, and the florets are edible. But it does have a little bit of a bitterness to it. So the kids may not like it, but definitely the older kids and adults will definitely like it. And plus, if you flavor it with all the things that we're going to flavor it today, it's going to taste delicious. And it'll be a nice addition to your table. So the first thing you have to do when you get the broccoli rabe is you have to blanch it and you have to shock it. That's what's happened right here. It's a lot more vibrant, a lot more hunter green and dark green when you purchase it. But when you blanch it in a little bit of salted water, boiling water, you want to blanch it in that water for about, I would say, a couple of minutes. Okay, you just want to seal in its color. It's going to get nice and bright and vibrant like you see it right now. And then you want to plunge it in some ice water or just regular cold water if you're going to cook it right away. And then what will happen is it'll come out looking exactly like this. Okay, it has a little bit of a bite to it. It is partially cooked, but we're going to cook it all the way, and we're going to add a lot of great flavors to it right now. All right, so let's get started. What we're going to do is we're going to take our pan, and we have a nice saute pan. We're going to get it really hot. And these burners don't take very long to get hot, so we're going to add our oil. About a tablespoon of oil. And what I usually like to start out with is I like to start out with a little bit of garlic. Say, I like a lot of garlic, so I'm going to put in 2 cloves, which is about, if you use chopped garlic, it's about 2 teaspoons full of chopped garlic. So this is going to be a very, very garlicky dish. You're definitely going to need some mince afterwards, but it is well worth it. So we're going to start sauteing our garlic. We just want to get a little bit of color, not a lot. You don't want to burn garlic. Burnt garlic tastes very bitter. It could really ruin a dish, so you really don't want to burn it. At that point, while we're getting all this nice and sauteed, we're going to take our broccoli rabe, and if there are any pieces that you might want to cut, you can just take some pieces and just cut it up real quick, put it on here on the table, and just cut it up into nice pieces that everybody can eat, as opposed to grabbing a whole big stalk and trying to eat that. It could be uncomfortable if you choked on it. Okay, so we're going to add all that. We're going to cut it. So now our garlic is ready. We're going to add our broccoli rabe to our garlic and our oil. And get that cooking. At this point, what we want to do is we really don't want to cook the broccoli rabe too much. We really just want to warm it over. What we also want to do at this point is we want to add and infuse this oil with a little bit of red pepper flakes. So we're going to take some red pepper flakes. If you like it hot like I do, I usually put a little bit more in. Okay? I like it really hot, so I always put a lot more in. So we'll get this cooking and make sure all of those red pepper flakes hit the oil and hit the broccoli rabe and really give it some nice heat. Let that go. We'll hit it with a little bit of salt and pepper. Fresh cracked ground pepper is always better. And a little bit of salt. You should always salt everything, but you should try to keep away from things that are salted because they're highly concentrated. Better to add salt on your own. It's always better way to go. It looks delicious, smells delicious, and it really does taste delicious. Believe me, this is a go-to meal for me. We'll take a little bit of the reserved juice that we have and add that reserve juice from the broccoli rabe water. And what we're also going to do is we're going to add about a cup to a cup and a quarter of chicken stock. And we're going to bring that to a boil. We're going to braise it. The more stock that you put into it, and you could use a vegetable stock if you want to keep it vegetarian, but I like using the chicken stock. It's a little more flavorful for me. And we're just going to bring that up to a nice rolling boil as much as we possibly can. And at that point, we're going to add our white navy beans. Okay. And we'll just hit it with just a little bit of salt again, and a little bit of pepper. And we just want to bring that to a quick boil. And what's really great about this is that if you have some really nice crusty French bread or Italian bread, one of the best things to have is a spoon and a fork when you eat this, because you want to take the bread, you want to rip the bread up, and you want to add it directly to this nice broth, and you want to slurp it up, you want to eat it. It's really good. It'll make a mess, but it is absolutely delicious, and I always make a mess when I eat this. Okay, so we're going to heat this through, get it nice and hot, and then at the end, what we're going to do is we're going to add some Parmesan cheese. Nice freshly shredded Parmesan cheese will be added to the top. And then what I always do is I finish it up with a nice drizzle of extra virgin olive oil right over the top. Helps to make everything glisten, and added oil helps to really, really make it taste delicious. Okay, so we have it. It's brought to a little bit of a heat, but you can always bring it a little bit further. And we're going to put it on a presentation platter. Oops. Put it on a nice platter, and you can make a larger platter if you like. You could separate it up into individual portions. And again, that nice broth is everything that you want with this. Some nice crusty bread. It's absolutely delicious. And we'll add a little bit of the Parmesan cheese on top. And there you have it, broccoli rabe and beans. Hopefully you can enjoy it for the holidays.